Alright, now, the next slide is called feedback is most effective when it is, and then there's a whole bunch of points under. I'm going to get a drink of water. Now, feedback is most effective when it is solicited and not imposed. That makes sense. Expressed soon after receiving the message. So if you wait a while before you answer, then feedback does not get as effective. But there's a catch-22 there. There's a old story about a missionary went and spoke to some American Indians. And the American Indians have a culture where they want to listen to what you're saying, in this particular tribe, I guess. Listen to what was said, think about it before they respond, because the more important it is, the more time that you should think about it. That's a sign of respect. Now, understanding the culture is important, but also understanding that feedback becomes less effective as it gets older and older and older. I personally think the American Indian story, the Native American story, is probably more valuable there, because I would love to be able to show the value of a communication by actually trying to understand it. And maybe you can get around that by actually talking and explaining what you're doing. Say, this is so important, I want to understand it before I give you feedback. Alright, next is descriptive and objective and voids all judgment content as long as possible. So descriptive feedback and objective feedback that avoids judgmental calls, like I think, I feel, related to, well, the numbers show this, can we look at that? Straight to the point and avoids generalization. That's the next one. So straight to the point, not generalize about a whole bunch of things. Directed at those behaviors and attitudes readily visible and more easily changed. So maybe go up the ladder. I think Dave Ramsey said the snowball effect. Take the smallest things first, and then focus more energy on the bigger things as you go along, as you have more time to spend on it. Compatible with the needs of the receiver as well as those of the sender. And if you think about that, that makes sense, because it's both people are interested in the outcome. Confirm that the feedback was properly interpreted by asking the receiver to repeat it, and that can be annoying. So you have to do it in the right way. Not, would you repeat what I said? It might be, explain to me what you think I said, or explain to me so that I'll have the feedback. Just put it in words that are easier to digest. All right. Now the next slide is, why is it difficult to receive feedback? And that's something related to us. Why is it difficult for us to receive feedback? And so here's some points that we can talk about. We are far more prepared to talk than to listen. And I find that all the time. That's my state. I automatically start thinking about how to solve a problem when I should be thinking about how to describe the problem. Now, I'm a trained professional. I've been a systems engineer, industrial engineer, and a business analyst for a long time. And that is the sign of maturity in those fields, is that you actually want to understand the problem before you come with the solution. But as a person, as a human being, we all automatically want to jump to the last way we solved a similar problem. Well, it may not be a similar problem. We often fear that others may think what others may think of us. They may think that because we ask for feedback that, difficult to us to receive feedback, we may worry more that there's more to it than a person is saying. And there's a person that I work with from time to time in one of the professional societies, and she always starts off with, Craig, I enjoy your enthusiasm, but, and so you're always thinking about, well, okay, how did I mess up this time? And we all do that. We all mess up in ways, or we all just get ahead of ourselves. We may feel that our our independence is being truncated, our independence is being taken away from us by receiving feedback, people telling us what to do. And as a man, men like to figure things out. So sometimes, if you're dating a man out there, sometimes you may want to think about that sometimes guys just want to tinker and want to figure things out. They want to be told what to do. They don't want the solution. They just want to play and figure it out themselves. All right. Why is it difficult to give feedback? Well, here's some fears. We fear sharing our personal feelings, so we don't even want to give feedback sometimes because we fear what people will say. And making our true feelings known to superiors may be a problem because it may go against their true feelings. I had a couple of superiors, and it always insulted me when they said, "Well, Craig, you're smarter than that," because it shouldn't. But the point is that we do have difficulty in giving feedback because sometimes what we know to be true is not going to be taken well. The receiver will not be psychologically prepared and will become demoralized, defensive, or withdraw from further communications. Okay, so now what that says is that the receiver may not be prepared for our feedback, the same reasons we might not be prepared for other people's feedbacks. We can work on us, but we can't work on them. And we don't want to demoralize them. We don't want them to become defensive or withdraw because that slows our progress down in building relationships, and it slows our progress down doing work, and it slows our progress down being responsible for the work, getting work done. The feedback may escalate an already sensitive situation to an open conflict. So sometimes we're afraid that feedback will lead to conflict. That makes sense. We are so used to always being politically correct in response to the others. Now, I don't have this problem a lot. Sometimes I think being politically correct, you're trying to worry about what other people think of you politically, or in a social way, or in a socially mature way. So maybe that's kind of hard for us to do. Some cultures view direct feedback as being extremely impolite, with strong social and emotional implications. Now, my tongue is twisted around my eye tooth, and I can't see a word I'm saying. But some cultures view feedback in different ways. And I've met people who give really blunt feedback. It's none of their business. So maybe the Southern culture would be one where you ask to give feedback, and maybe a West Coast version would be you just throw it out there, or maybe an Northeast culture may be a little different. So even within this country, there's a little differences.